I hear the word ludicrous from you, Van Jones, but Buck, here's why I really wanted to talk to you too, because as we mentioned, you served in both Iraq and Afghanistan, and I want you to tell me why we shouldn't, moving forward, looking at the future of war, have more drones and lasers and driverless tanks.
Well, we should absolutely have those things, but you bring up, for example, two major land wars the U.S. has been involved in recent history, and then the idea that the U.S. government can project accurately into the future what troop strength we would need in order to address those threats. Now, the Obama administration is essentially getting away here with using budget policy in order to determine at some level what military strategy is going to be. The reality here is they're saying we don't want a force of this size because we won't need to do these major land occupations in the future. But the truth is the same soldiers who may be building houses or wells in Afghanistan, whether or not somebody agrees with that as a usage of U.S. military power, those troops would be necessary for a war that we can't see coming. And it takes a lot longer to train a combat pilot or train a veteran soldier than it does to, say, build a tank. So these are the issues that they have to be looking at going forward. A 20% cut in Army forces is not nibbling around the edges. That is a bite down the middle. That is a serious drawdown in our force strength.
We are talking about the U.S. military. I mean, don't you think if there is a call for boots on the ground, we will be ready with enough force as far as what we need?
Let me just add one thing. I'd love to hear Buck's response on this. We're going from talking about having the biggest military in the history of the world, bigger than every other military by a couple of factors, to having the biggest military in the history of the world, bigger than every other military by a couple of factors. In other words, it really does not make sense to me. We were planning on going to having 490,000 soldiers. Now they're saying 450,000 soldiers. We're still bigger than everybody by far. Why is this some reason for us to jump up and down and act like we're going to be invaded by Canada tomorrow?
Go ahead, Buck.
Well, this is where the administration and I and many others have a separation of ideology. I actually think the projection of U.S. military power abroad is a good thing for the world. I actually believe that the United States is a force for stabilization and for good. And while the administration may love the trillion-dollar welfare state that we have and the leaps and bounds we're taking towards socialized medicine, the truth is that unlike our friends in Europe, we don't have an America to count on to keep the sea lanes open. We don't have an America to count on to make sure that the dictators of the world at least can sit up and take notice, or they did until this president took office. So these are the issues that I think come to the fore when people are asking why this drastic reduction, 20% of the U.S. Army, and also, by the way, balancing budgets on the backs of military families. Meanwhile, if you try to cut anything this administration believes is sacred, such as entitlements, if you try to look at the spending they're doing domestically, nothing can ever be cut. There's nothing that can ever be cut from that budget.